Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Coding Card, and in this session I'll be discussing on the deletion part of the node. So in deletion part I'll be discussing on mainly three things. The first will be deletion of the first node, means beginning. Second will be deletion of the last node, and third will be deletion at a certain index as per requirement. So let us start with the first deletion of the first node. Suppose we are given a list. This is our list, and I want to delete this first node, and I want to see my list from here. Suppose this is 5, 9, 10, 12. This is suppose 15. Initially my list was looking like 5, 9, 10, 12, 15. I want to see my list like I want to delete this first node. I want to see my list looking like this. So we can achieve this in a simple way, like suppose we have a list 5, 9, 10, suppose 15. Initially they are connected. So for the very first we have our head node pointing to the very first node. So I don't want my head to point to this first node. I want my head to point to this head dot next to next. Means I want my head to point the head itself next values, means itself next node, so that this connection will be lost and it seems like head is pointing to the its next. It will look like this. If this connection is lost, it will look like this. So this was our required list. So suppose this was 5 and initially our head was pointing to this. So initially suppose if I am writing head and I am replacing this head with head dot next, means initially head was having the address of this node, and I am putting the address of head dot next. Head dot next is having the address of this list, this node 9. I am putting this address in the head. So this connection will be lost and head will be pointing to this node. So it will look like head is pointing to this node, and this will be our required list. So let me write a function for this. Let me define one function. Define delete at beginning. It's quite simple. Initially we have a head node. You can see here we have a head node. So self dot head will be replaced with self dot head dot next. Too simple. I am simply replacing the first node address with the first node dot next value in the head. So let me print this one. First let me call the function delete it back, and for that let me display the node, and once again I have to count the total node. What is the count? So you can see here, give this here. So you can see initially our list was 100, 5, 200, 9, 8, 10, and our total node was 6. So I have deleted this first node. So this first node 100 is deleted, and the list will look like this, and total count is 5. So the first node is deleted, means this connection is lost and our head is pointing from the second node. So it seems like this node is deleted. So let me move on this. How to delete the node from delete the last node. Suppose we have a list. Now I want to delete this list. I want to delete this node. So to delete this node means to remove this connection, I have to stay here and I have to see whether this next value is none. If it is none, then I will what? I will simply make my next to none. It seems like this connection is lost. Correct? Let me explain you one more time. This is none. I want to delete this last node. So to delete this last node, I have to stay here. My pointer should be at this node, and I have to check whether my this current next values next to the next values next is none. My next dot next is none. My this current, suppose this is current means current dot next is what? This node. Current dot next is what? None. I will check current dot next is none. Yes, this is none. Then I will simply what? I will simply make my next to none. I will simply make what? Current dot next. My current dot next, which was pointing to the last node, I will simply make this to none, is equal to none. It seems like this connection is lost and it seems like this node is deleted. So let us do in the code. Write one function def delete last. So we have to take one temporary current and we will assign what? The first node, the head, self dot head, to iterate throughout the list. Now we will iterate through the list. So I will be checking while current dot next dot next. Current dot next is not none. Till it is not none, we have to simply what? Move our this pointer, current pointer. Current should move to current dot next. If it is not none, current dot next means this value is not none. I'll move my pointer from here to here. this will simply move the pointer. If it is none, suppose the condition is true, if none is found, so this while will be false and it will come out, and I will simply what, make my current dot next to none. If current dot next is found none, I'll what, simply make my current dot next to none. If it is found none, then I will simply make what, current dot next to none. Let me call this function last. So last value is what, 10. So this 10 will be deleted. So you can see here our list is, initial list is 100, 5, 200, 9, 8 and 10, and total node is 6. So after deleting this last node, we have the list as 100, 5, 200, 9 and 8, and total node is 5. The last 10 is deleted. So let us do this third one, delete at a certain index. Suppose I have a list and I want to delete this, suppose this list. I want to delete this list. It means the next bit is pointing to this node and this node next is pointing to this node. I want simply, if this index is, suppose I'm starting with, suppose this is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Suppose I have given a index that fourth, this fourth node should be deleted. Means I will check here, I will stand here and check whether my count is equal to this 3. No. I'll simply use one counter and check whether the counter equal to 3 or 4. If the counter equal to 4, yes, if the counter equal to 4, I will simply what? I will simply move this pointer from, instead of pointing to this node, I will simply move this pointer from here to here. Means suppose the current is here, current is pointing to this node, I will what? Simply make current dot next. Current dot next is what? Having the address of this node. I will simply make current dot next equal to what? Current dot next dot next. Current dot next is this. In current dot next, I will assign the address of what? Current dot next. Current dot next means this address dot next. Correct. So it seems like this will be lost, and it will be pointing to current dot next. So the list will look like this. No problem whether this is pointing to this or not, but this, the connection is like this. So it will look like this. Node has been deleted. So let us apply the logic here. Define delete at certain index. and here you have to give a index value. So let us take one current variable, current node, in which we will store the head pointer. And suppose I am taking one variable index equal to 1 to count the index values. Now I will iterate the whole list. So while true, and initially I am adding the index, and I am checking if index equal to I. If the index value is equal to the required index, I will simply what? Make current dot next will be equal to what? Current dot next. My current is here, and for this I have what? Used the index. I have incremented. Suppose my current is here, and while true I have increased the index before checking the condition. So if I am here, so suppose my current is here, and before checking the condition I have increased my index to check whether the required index is this position or not. If this is the required position, then what I have made, current dot next equal to current dot next. So current dot next will be current dot next, and I will simply break because my required index is found. Otherwise I will simply move what, my pointer to the next pointer. Current will be equal to what, current dot next. This is the required thing. If the required index is equal to my counter, then I will what, simply make my current dot next to what, current dot next. So let us print delete at index. Suppose I am giving the index, suppose 4. Suppose 1 2 3 4, 9 should be deleted. So you can see here the initial list was this one, total node is 6. Now I have given what, delete at index 4. Suppose I have used this index as first, second, third and fourth. So 9 is deleted, you can see here, and the list is, total list is 5. So this was simple delete operation of the list. You can use your logic, you can modify this code and use your logic, whether if the index is first, then you can apply your logic here. If the index is first, then you can simply call this beginning. If your index is equal to the last, then you can simply call this deleted last. If the index is out of the count, then you can simply break this with a simple message. So if you like this video, please do give thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.